Hello there. Once again, this is Anton from Anton Obey. And what happened this week is I saw a little auction on eBay and threw a bid on it. It had a couple books that looked interesting to me, and what I wound up with is a pile of 50 comics for, I want to say it was $20 for all of them. So I guess it's now, I'm going to see if this pile is worth the 20 bucks I paid. One of the ones I was interested in that I saw was this Action Comics reprint. I've never seen the original Action Comics with Superman, so I was pretty excited to get this. I think it's pretty cool. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these because there's a lot to get through, but I know it's creased. I know it's kind of rough shape, but that just makes it feel slightly more authentic to me, so I was pretty pleased with that. Next up, I got Tom Mason's Dinosaurs for Hire. This is a Malibu Comics issue number 8. Deep Dive Daredevils. That is not a sticker. That is on there. And then this is signed by Evan Dempsey and a couple other people, it looks like, that worked on it. Don Guido, Dan Fiefeld. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I've never heard of this book. I don't really know what it is, but it's something I will take a look at one point. I thought it was interesting that it seems to be signed by everybody involved. It's a little rough shape, but I don't really care. DC Comics Damage Zero. Images of Shadowhawk, and I hate this art style, but it's a thing. So I got one of those. Badger 1 of 2. This is Dark Horse's Badger. An issue of Wildstorm's Ex Machina, number 11. The New Warriors, number 31. I loved me some New Warriors back in the day, so I'm pretty excited to get that. Aquaman, number 4 of a miniseries. Teen Agents, I can't see. 4 of 4. It's sealed in the bag. It looks like it comes with a couple of cards in there. That's pretty cool. And because I don't want this stack to get too heavy, I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. My little Egyptian columns here can't always sustain a whole lot. We've got the Ferret. This is another Malibu Genesis. Oh, we all stuck together here. Deadpool, Till Death Do Us Part, number 1, issue 28. Not a fan of Deadpool, but you know what? It's there. The Shadow, I love the Shadow, so any book with the Shadow in it, I'm pretty okay with. Now Comics, Speed Racer, Racer X. Doesn't really looks like Speed Racer. Looks kind of dark. Yeah, very dark. I got an issue of Nightwing, number 3. An issue of Royals, number 4. Some sort of Marvel book. Not really familiar with. Inhumans Prime, number 1. This is a newer Marvel book too. Home Alone Impulse. My brother used to love Impulse, so every time I see an Impulse cover, I always think of him, and you know, this is a pretty cool cover for what it is. So I was pretty excited by that. Stormwatch, Post-Human Division, issue number 11. I'm not really familiar with that at all. I'm not that familiar with much Wildstorm, other than like Wildcats. A DC book, Justice League number 2, and it's a Martian Manhunter cover. So this was a Dynamite Red Sonja, She-Devil with a Sword. This is one of them. Now, I could see what was in this lot when I bought it, but there was only a couple books that I kind of really looked at, and both of them were like the Red Sonja books was interesting to me, and the Superman book, and then kind of the rest was a blur, so I'm not really sure what all's in here, but I remember these were in there, and I was like, well, those are pretty cool. I always enjoy a Dynamite Red Sonja, so. More Malibu stuff with the Ferret. I do love me some Malibu. Anima, which I am not familiar with. I've seen the title before, but I'm not really familiar with it. This one guest star Superboy. It looks pretty neat, so I was okay with that. Nightwing number 1 for the New 52. Stephen King's The Dark Tower, The Gunslinger Born, 6 out of 7. Probably not going to get a whole lot out of that one since it's part of a mini series and not really something I'm that into. Flinch from DC Vertigo. I don't like DC Vertigo. Like, I've never, I kind of halfway enjoyed Vamps, but that's about the only DC Vertigo title I've ever really wanted or appreciated. I don't know. I'm not into this whole super dark, creepy stuff that DC Vertigo does. Peter Bag's Hate. I can't remember much about these. I don't think I'm that large of a fan anyway. We got another issue of Flinch. Does not look good to me. Harley Quinn's Gang, issue number 3. I thought that looked pretty good. I think I remember seeing that in there. I don't know if it's good or not, but it's in there. There was Marvel Comics Book of the Dead number 4, Mayhem of the Man-Thing. I thought that was pretty cool. Joss Whedon's Firefly. I'm going to confess to you, as much as I love Joss Whedon's work, I liked Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the Avengers and stuff like that. I could not get into Firefly ever. I tried a couple times. I just don't like it. It is not my cup of tea. Don't really care. Zebra Rats. I don't know what that is. It's a DC book. Weird cover with big knife hand things. And it just looked interesting, but it's a number 1. And I was like, okay, well, it's a number 1. That's something. Shadowhawk, co-starring Supreme, number 16. Not a big fan of Shadowhawk in any way. Joe the Barbarian in this book is tore up. That's probably okay since it's a Vertigo book and don't really look that interested in it. Transmigrant Interdimensional Taxi Cab Service. It does appear to be signed, which is interesting. I got 2 issues of that. Let It Snow. So, Transmigrant Interdimensional Taxi Cab Service. 2 issues of that. David Cooper's Pressed Tongue, which looks just thoroughly disgusting. Like, barf. That just looks awful. Ultraverse Premiere, which I thought was good. That's cool. Another thing I was interested that they had was Classics Illustrated, The Conspiracy at Pontiac, which is, that's an old vintage 15-cent cover. I thought that was really neat. Red Skull Incarnate doesn't really interest me. This 10-cent comic of Sparkle I thought looked quite interesting. And so I was, Sparkle number 12. I love old books. I don't really care about what shape they're in. I just thought it was cool. Savage Dragon, which if you've ever seen my book video of opinions, Savage Dragon is my least favorite comic book of all time. Just everything Eric Larson. I hate it. I hate it. Bad Rock number 1. This is cover C. There was a bunch of these. I used to have a crap ton of Image Bad Rock and Imaged everything, and got them out of a collection and never really cared for it. Armageddon 2001 number 2. Blood Syndicate Dressed to Kill. We're getting a pretty good stack, so we're going to flip that over there. Goddess Mode. This is a DC Vertigo. Does not interest me at all, I guess. Ghost Spy Toxin, an Image comic. Batgirl number 6, which is a pretty interesting cover. I kind of liked that. And a DC Vertigo Preacher, Cassidy Blood and Whiskey special. Interesting cover, except I hated the Preacher series. I always did. Garth Ennis, I was not into his stuff. It's just creepy, and it's kind of contrived, and it just basically tries to deliberately be edgy and offensive is how I've always taken these, and so I've never been a fan. So I will leave it with my last issue of Batgirl with the pretty cool cover, and that's what I got. That's my stack. Pretty good pile there, 50 books in all. And if basically in the comments, let me know if you think I got 20 bucks worth of books here. I think I pulled, there's maybe like 10, 12, maybe 20 that I'm really quite happy to have. So I'm pretty good with it. I'm not upset with it. And some of the stuff that it's like I'm kind of iffy on, I'll probably still give it a flip through just to see what I think of it later. But you know, that's what I got. That was my haul. And some of these I'm gonna just probably put right on a chopping block somewhere. Anyway, I'll leave it. I'll leave it with that one because I like that one. All right, that's my story and that's my haul. Let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.